Such a beautiful atmosphere and weather. I couldn't even enjoy even for a second. You need to get for yourself, you guys. Otherwise, we're all just wasting our life. But inside, I was so miserable and so horrible. Like I have the entire weight of the world on my head. Never once have I thought about this in my life. Basically, not even started living our life yet, unless and until we do this. Like today, I'm going to share about the first step that actually caused me the change that happened in my life. I would just start at a point to go round and round and round, crib about everything that's happening in my life, feel bad, emotionally feel completely broken, and then come at the center point, and there was no end to it. While I was doing this constantly for not a day, not a month, like months together, I was going through the same thing over and over again. My head gets super heated up and my eyebrow starts hurting. It kind of hurts all the way up here. It's like constantly thinking. So I went to Pondicherry, and while I was sitting in the rock beach only, all of this transformation, like at least the first step towards the transformation happened. So I was in severe headache. It was a beautiful rock beach and it was on an evening sunset time. The place was super beautiful. While I was sitting there lamenting about all the life that has happened to me and all the things that went wrong in my life, so I was in severe headache, leaning to an extent where just opening my eyes was like painful for me. I almost thought that my head was about to fall into that exact moment I understood the value of body, you guys. Like I couldn't even think properly or come up with kind of solution, because thinking is heating up my head and causing headache. Because it was not even thinking, it was just like circling thoughts where it has got no start and no end. It just comes around circling all the way around. It was not even thinking in a productive side or a solution oriented thinking. That's when my body started to give up, and I didn't know anything about stress headache or anything at that point of time. Now I knew how much I had screwed my body. So probably because since I was traveling and I was walking a lot and all of this, I was hungry and I didn't eat on time. That was also reason because I get headache if I don't eat on time. That's when it clicked on me. Tomorrow in Pondicherry, I want to sit in the rock beach and peacefully think of my issues and come up with a solution, and not like waste my day like this, not even enjoying the beautiful beach and the beautiful weather, let alone that. Forget, I'm not even able to think and find a solution because I'm in constant pain. So that's when I decided tomorrow I'm going to take charge of my day. So this was May 26, 2017, exactly 5 years ago, and I planned my day in such a way that I'm going to eat at this time, I'm going to take rest at this time, I'm going to avoid sun at this time, this. I planned mentally all of it, and you will not believe, you guys, I did not have a single headache, and I was in a better state of health that I was even continuously able to think about what exactly is happening. And for the first time in my life, I didn't think the circling thoughts, but I was like, okay, shit happened. Now what do I do next? What do I want to do about in life? Instead of worrying about what has gone wrong, where I have no control about how to fix things or something like that, what do I do next in my life? That was the focus on. So the minute I started thinking towards solution oriented thinking, my health was better, my head wasn't heating up, and I could feel like energy coming inside. First time in a long time, I just felt I'm not going around in circles, I'm just doing something better than what I was doing all these months together. So with that mindset, we just figured it out, like I'm gonna not think about it for some time because there is no solution about it, and let's focus on the other aspects of life. This was the conclusion that I came, and I started traveling back, and I came back home. In like 2-3 days after that, I came across Bhagavad Gita online, and that's how I started reading Bhagavad Gita. Since I don't know anything about Bhagavad Gita, and as and when I read the page, the first chapter was almost like me cribbing, like 900 pages in 10 days. Oh my god, I was mind blown with this book. Like what the heck was I even doing in my life all this while? I've read tons and tons of books in my life. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I've read this big books in my engineering, like DME, KOM, DOM, so many subjects which is of, I read all of those, and I couldn't read this one book that is gonna entire change my life. While this book changed not only my life but gave me a whole new perspective and really made me understand what I am about. Instead of figuring out how the machines work, what is the fluid dynamics, what is the pressure, what is thermodynamics, this and that, which is of no value to this life, because first if I fix this life only, I'll be able to do anything. And Bhagavad Gita taught me what I am made of, like what we're all made of. Let me tell you what I was mind blown after reading Bhagavad Gita. This overthinking is causing me to pain, and without thinking is again causing me more emotional pain. I was in a circle of rut, and there's no way to come out of this. Thing that I call as I is just not about my thoughts or my emotions. I'm a combination of bunch of things and a bunch of things I'm not even aware of. This is exactly what most of us are thinking. That's why most of us are worked by emotions and body. Some people are into bodybuilding, some people are into mindly activities like I need more money, I need to be competitive than the other person, I need to be better than the other person. This is the normal us thinking that what are we, which is made of body and mind. But after reading Bhagavad Gita, you come to know this I is equal to so the combination of two makes us. That is what is powering us. If we just focus only on the body and mind, we get nowhere because we think we are a body plus mind. That's why all of us are in so much trouble, all of us are in so much confusion, all of us are like feeling depressed, anxiety, so many mental health issues are coming because of this equation. So body is made of like earth, water, air, sky, fire, all the 5 elements like Panchabhuta that we call as, we are actually made of that. We are basically Panchabhuta, that's it. Whatever is outside is exactly what it is inside. Never once in my life I thought about what is body made of. Now this is called as a physical body. Now apart from this physical body that's made of 5 elements, we have a subtle body. Now subtle body is where there is mind, false ego and intelligence. Like we cannot locate it like my eyes or my nose or my head. I cannot locate it. But we all know we have a mind. We all know we have intelligence, and we all know that we have tons and tons of ego. But we cannot pinpoint exactly, right? Oh, this is a subtle body. But just because we cannot see it with our eyes doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because we all know how much our mind troubles. The same way, like as we cannot see the subtle body, subtler than that is actually our soul. Now without the real life energy, real consciousness, we are never going to feel happy. 99.99% of humans in this world do not even know that this is what our body is made of. I did not know all this while, nor I even want to think about what exactly my body is made of, till I had this headache that was not letting me think. That is when it prompted me to figure out about this body, and luckily by God's grace and blessing, I just got to know about Gita. And body cannot be fixed just by food. Food is just a very minute aspect of it. As you can see, our body is filled with, most of it was air and water and a bit of fire and sky, and there are 4 things that are actually important for maintaining our body, like exercise, sleep and food is very crucial part of having a good physical health. Now all of this combined with routine and consistency. It's not enough you just eat one day good food at one particular time. You need to eat it every single day, not just one, for the rest of your life. Every single day good food at the right exact same time, and sleep at the same time, have good quality of sleep, and do the exercise at the same time with routine and consistency till the last breath of the life. It will be hard supposed to do it if you really want good health. Otherwise it's of no use. Like you can never expect good health. Somehow in teens and 20s, somehow the body will drag along and somehow will push along, but after 30s, 40s, 50s, your body is going to give up eventually. That's why nowadays so many young people are getting heart attack and depression, like sugar, so many multiple unknown and new diseases popping up, like pressure and all of this, because of dragging the body, not giving it required to keep it healthy, not even understanding basically what am I made of, what are we made of. The mind needs to be controlled. There is only one thing that mind has to be done. It has to be freaking controlled. The mind is like the wild child running away here and there and prompting us to drag our body along to fulfill our desires. So mind is basically a storehouse of desires, emotions, feelings and thoughts, all of it. Now all of this are of zero value to our life, because if it is not controlled, if it is controlled, mind is our friend. If it is not controlled, mind is our enemy. And intelligence, we know intelligence can be controlled only by giving it the right knowledge. Now intelligence is like a knife that has to be sharpened on our use. Like if I use a knife to poke somebody with it, that's also the usage of knife. At the same time, knife can also be used to cut fruits, and I can eat and make my body healthy. So the knife is actually a good thing, but how do we use our knife matters. The same thing is intelligence. Intelligence can be compared to the knife, provided you use it for the right thing. How do you know we are using it for the right thing? Only when we kind of give it right knowledge. Now where do we get right knowledge from? Only from scriptures, not the social media, not the Instagram. The right knowledge comes only from scriptures, and scripture is like all about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ishopanishad, Kathopanishad, or lots of other things. You can read anything and everything, but basic is Bhagavad Gita. Once you read, it's the essence of all of the knowledge. Once you read that and start implementing in life, not about reading, once you start and implement in your life is going to be drastically changed. Now the next part is ego. Ego needs to completely die. that is the only way we are going to have a better life. Otherwise, our intelligence will work in the favor of ego. Somebody did wrong to me, I'm going to do the revenge, and I'm going to have a backup for it, because yes, they did something to me, so I'm going to do revenge. It's always about defending myself. It's always about I. The minute we have I, everything is gone in life. Ego is the reason that is causing all of us to behave like in a crappy way to each other, to one another, that we don't lose human values. All of it is because of that. Final important part is the subtlest of subtle, which we cannot even see. We can perceive it only after a lot of sadhana that we perform. We can actually perceive it. The soul, or the real consciousness, that needs to be connected with the source. The source is basically the creator of the world, the God, the life energy, whatever you want to call it, but basically it needs to be connected with the source. Without it being connected with the source, none of the above function is going to matter. You can have a great physical body, you can have a controlled mind, but still you're going to end up in the same cycle of birth and death, because you're not coming out of the cycle. Just as I told you, that I was constantly thinking in the circles. To come out of the circle, you need the right knowledge, and the right knowledge comes from scripture. And if the right knowledge comes with the intelligence will exactly discriminate and tell exactly myself, like what exactly I need to do and for what I am here for, what should I do in life to go ahead and not keep circling around in a bigger scheme of life. This body, mind, false ego and intelligence are basically tools for us to realize the real purpose of our life and the nature of our life and go beyond it. That's exactly all of these tools are given for. But we consider this body and mind as just that's it, and that is me, and that is I, and drive to fulfill all my desires, my thoughts, my emotions and everything. So this is what is required for the proper functioning of life, you guys. Unless until we understand how the body works, how the mind works, how the ego works, how the intelligence has to be worked, we are never going to have a proper fulfilling life or a life with a purpose. Basically, we have not even yet started living our life. This knowledge is not going to be like a fact or just the information outside, but it's going to become a living reality one time in life, and that's exactly when the start of real human life is going to happen for us. Coming videos, let me talk more about what exactly body needs, what type of food we should eat, how do we eat it, how do we sleep, how do we start a routine, how to maintain consistency. All of that I'm going to touch upon it, because without this we cannot be called ourselves human, because unless and until this conscious living happens, we are still like living like an animal, thriving and doing things based on our instincts and not basically consciously choosing what to do and what not to do and how to do. So I hope this video could give you some idea, or even at least 0.1% of like, is it even for real? Let me just check for myself. If you even get that thought, I'm going to be happy. This is like the video has become successful. And if you have already gone to click the link below and purchased your Gita for yourself, your life is going to change and you're on a betterment path already. Good luck to all of those who actually gotten Gita. So guys, if you are right now watching my video and have no idea what Bhagavad Gita is about, please do yourself the biggest favor of your life by getting yourself a copy of the book. I'm gonna link it down below, the exact Bhagavad Gita that I read. It's a freaking manual of life, you guys. It's nothing to do with religion, it's nothing to do with anything else in the world. What are we like? Why are we here? Purpose we are born. Why are we doing the same thing over and over again? And why like we just die eventually? What is the purpose of going through education, giving birth and all of this, and the end what has happened? Death is all it's going to happen. Why are we even going through the same circle over and over again? Like, what is this body made of? Why is this mind troubling so much? Why is life difficult for all of us? Why like some people are happy, some people are not happy? Why is this like differentiation happening in life? Every single answer that you might have. If you want to know about yourself, the first step is getting yourself Bhagavad Gita and then reading the book through. That's the first step. Without that, we are not even start to live. All this while we are just surviving, we are just being pushed because of something and somebody thinks that we should be, and we are doing it. After finishing the Bhagavad Gita, the next day, after contemplating whatever that we have read, that is the first day of a real birth happening in this world. Till then, we're just like not living. We're just like wasting our time, wasting our life and running behind something that's of zero value, like absolute zero value in our life. When 200 rupees can change your life, forever life, and give you peace and happiness, why wouldn't you do it? Just try doing that. Coming video, subscribe to my channel and also share this video with all your girlfriends, basically all the young girls who are still trying to figure it out. Life is not happening the way we want to happen, stuck in between, unsure where exactly to go and all of it. Please share this to all those girls so that they get an exact idea on what is exact life is about and everything in detail. And yeah, I hope I could be of some service to all of you girls.